What a great opening season for our podcast, Toast to the Goodfellas, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's been full of, interesting experiences, great people, but overall, not too bad for some college graduates who don't have any experience in recording audio, recording any type of interview or things of that nature. So it's definitely one for the books.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
I mean, personally, I feel that connecting with other people in this area that have a bunch of talent and a lot of passion for what they do is what really, intrigued me and what motivated me personally to keep going and trying to reach out to other people. Usually I consider myself an introvert because a lot of people be like, damn, introvert, because I'm always talking, interacting with people, but low key, bro, I like to have time for myself. I wanted to break out of that shell. So I listen to a lot of podcasts and I really like how it takes the real out of somebody, makes them comfortable and personable. And that's what I want with people. I want to connect with people. They say that the only purpose of pain is to define you. And that is what resonated with me in trying to channel that energy into creating this podcast with you, man. Those past experiences that I've had, have really influenced me to try to connect with other people, to influence me and for me to influence them, and try to give them a platform to really promote their business and their talent. This area is small and it's growing. And I feel that, to keep it, thriving, keep it exciting, we gotta have platforms like this. We gotta have creators and innovators showcased more, and give them recognition. And I'm all for creating a bond too, a community. I'm all for being unified. I'm not for division, and this is what I feel that the podcast has brought for us and brought for me. It's brought unification and it's helped me grow as a human being and as a man. And I'm very excited for what we have going forward. But yeah, man. So I want to ask you the same thing. How did you feel about the first season, how we've been progressing with the podcast?
Man, it's definitely been a learning experience, and every single guest that we've brought onto the show, we've learned something from. What drives them, what gives them, that extra motivation to wake up every morning and get their shit done, basically. And, whether it comes down to just their pure motivation or whether it comes down to just their, their hustle, their mentality to continue going on. It's that ability to take that risk on themselves that really, just correlates with me. And I feel like that correlates with a lot of our fans here in Southwest Florida as well, because there's a lot of talent here. However, there's also a lot of people here who haven't gotten to that point where they can take that risk on themselves and they feel like they need that extra motivation. And that's just what really correlates with me. I think both of us, when we wanted to create this podcast, we were centered around that idea of building something great so that everybody can thrive. And I feel like this show, this podcast, is what really is gonna drive that message home so that they can see other people out in the community getting what they need to get done, creating something new, creating movements here, bringing people together. And I think that overall message is what's gonna help, bring this podcast as the #1 podcast in Southwest Florida for entrepreneurs and creatives.
Yeah, we really appreciate the support that we've had so far for the podcast, man. And we're driving to create more content for y'all. We're trying to create more content for us, for you guys to enjoy, and for us to spread the message so that everybody around the nation that's listening to us and the local people here, thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed at all.
Absolutely, and it's you guys, the fans, that really makes this podcast, worthwhile, makes it fulfilling to us. So we appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the criticism that we receive, because it just helps us build better quality content for y'all. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's not familiar with our podcast, you can definitely follow us at www.toasttothegoodfellas.com, and that's the number 2, not T-O. However, we really appreciate you. Now that you got a chance to take a look at who we are and why we wanted to do this and what we really enjoyed about it, now we can sit back, relax, and toast
to the Goodfellas.